So Fusion Strike finally reaches $400. I know that this says 375, but there are some listings. Well, there are some sold transactions for 400. There's this 399.99, which happened yesterday, and there's some 399.95. And if I look down at actual listings, there's one person with 0% feedback. So this might be a scam. I don't know. Uh, Well, actually, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge too much of that. There's only two of them, but yeah, all everything else 415, 425. It's not a lot. There's only 74 on the market, and other big news is Lost Origin is at $300. That's the sticker price. They sold listings. Yeah, some of them sold for that price and going down. Um, it seems to be like there's more around 300. But Fusion Strike seems to be the one that's more ready to pop, or more ready to keep going up. Um, so I made some videos on a lot of these different topics, but I'm just gonna cover them all again. So some of them is like Pokemon Center selling out, affecting prices, money having nowhere to go, and so it's going back to Sword and Shield. And then how is Scarlet and Violet being managed differently, and how does it compare to Sword and Shield? So I've been making videos probably a little too much on Pokemon Center stocks and all these market news. So I don't want to. I kind of want to just make this into a more like cohesive video, I guess, and not just make it. Oh, let's just post this every day. Like, oh, this is sold out. This is sold out. It's like no. Like let's look. There's a bunch of market things working together, so let's look at that. Fusion Strike has sold out. Um, and so like I started looking at Pokemon prices from and also I get the stock prices because I keep getting this question asked and in case like I don't want to necessarily plug it because I'm not sponsoring anything, and honestly this just happened to be the first Discord that I heard about, and at that point it was free, so I saw like no harm in joining it. Like other ones were paid, so I didn't really want to spend money. um, I got into the early access sort of payment plan. So I only pay $4 a month. Because I got in a little earlier, but right now it's $8 a month. But $4 a month I can live with $8. A little more pricey, but at $4 a month for me personally, that's like $48 a year. And I'm like, if I save at least $48 a year, then it's worth it. So I kind of keep it. Once it gets more than that, I'm like questioning it, and I actually do use it a lot less now because I can't really handle the notifications anymore. But yeah, I when I if I were to sign up today, I look at their Instagram, I see this Woof thing, and I don't really know how WAP works or anything, but I think it's somehow connected to Discord, and this will give you access or something. I don't really know how that all works, but yeah, again, I'm not sponsored or anything. I just happened to join this because I saw it on another YouTuber's channel. Um, I'm gonna close some tabs. So yeah, Fusion Strike is sold out, and Lost Origin was sold out. They had so Lost Origin had the Build a Battle Stadium, so it's right there, sold out. And Fusion Strike, that caught me by surprise and then caught me by surprise. Like this moved really fast because stock levels of this, I saw like on like literally just on the 24th when I was like checking these. So this is like 5 days ago. There was like thousands of each, especially as mini portfolios. These weren't moving much at all. Um, and then, but I was just sort of tracking these two in the mini portfolios. I was like, oh, there's so much left that like it's not gonna sell out. But then they all sold out. Um, it kind of reminds me of Evolving Skies a little bit. I'm not calling Future Strike Evolving Skies, but it's just like at some point when Evolving Skies got like 400, I guess, like yeah, $400 a box or more, you're just like buy Evolving Skies anywhere you can get it, because at $400 a box, like if you get MSRP, like it's like yeah, get it. So I think that's kind of what happens. And I touched on this in earlier videos, but yeah, this is part of the cohesive part. In Scarlet and Violet, there's not as much opportunity right now. Like there's Prismatic out there, so putting Prismatic aside, a lot of the booster box prices have kind of like, it feels like they're at their, I'm not gonna say high, but like how like a lot of the booster boxes are kind of limited by MSRP except for Surging Sparks, because Pokemon Center still sells a bunch of them, or you can still get them from other people, and so like people are like worried about reprints, like definitely some of the newer sets like some of the newer sets like everything after. Oh my god, I just lost that. Um, Everything after Paradox, everyone's kind of worried that it will get a reprint, or people think it will get reprints. Um, Pokemon does not reprint every set, but like these Paradox and older people think are kind of old enough that they won't get a reprints. But Temporal, Twilight, Stellar, and Surging, like they all think there's going to get a reprint, so they're just like not sure if they want to go above MSRP. Like there's a lot of pressure, downward pressure from like MSRP. Paldea and Twilight are kind of hitting it, but yeah, there's. I wouldn't be surprised if Paldea goes above it. But yeah, Twilight, even with the Good Ninja having like a more high valued set overall, at like I think it's like 800 or something. Oh, it's like 1,000 now. Um, it's just like it's still relatively new. Like Twilight came out in May 2024, so this is like 7 months ago. So yeah, it just feels like due for a reprint. Um, but yeah, because of that, and because so many people enter the market, like this is how they phrase it. It's like all the market opportunities, all the marketplace are getting bought out because that's kind of what people will go after. Like if you look at these sets in the long term, yeah, some of these are more clear winners because if you're to hold, like there's this argument. If you were just to get each booster box at release, and kind of ignore or not ignoring the fact that no, if you buy base versus surging, there's like a year or something gap between them, like which one do long term overall, like if you held for 5 or 10 years. Well, like in that case it's kind of more clear. It's like, well, you should probably get like surging or something because even though it comes later it will do better long term. um but like in the short term, like there's like price discrepancies and people are going to do opportunities that people don't actually buy like the whole long term, or maybe there's like a time to like buy now, and wait for a restock and buy later. Like that's kind of why people are kind of like iffy about all this. Plus, people just don't know. Um, but yeah, like with with Scarlet and Violet, like people are just like trying to hop from like opportunity to opportunity. Like okay, booster boxes at like $100 is like a clear opportunity, and that gets blown up. So now booster boxes, even like I can't really get them anymore. I used to be able. It's crazy. It's like I would see this. It's so easy on these like side sites, like Hills or whatever, to get them for lower, and now like they're not as low. Hills might still have some, but yeah, prices just keep rising. Um, so since there's not like a lot of plays there, like people like even for singles, for example, some of the singles people saw like clear plays. Oh, just get the highest value, like get the Greninja, get the Magic card from Paldea. But then it's like, is it too expensive or is it not? And like it doesn't even matter like whether you're right or wrong about that. It's more like what will people do, because there's going to be some people who feel uncomfortable paying that price for these products, and they're going to be, is there a better opportunity somewhere? So there's opportunity secrets. It's like, for example, the Scarlet Violet base, this Miriam card, Nostalgianomics told me that, or not me personally, but I watched his YouTube channel. I think this was like a much lower card, just not too long ago. Paldea. Yeah, and this thing shot up like I think 50%, or yeah, like see it's like it's very easily like $20. I guess it's like 30 over here. Um, but if you bought like in November, then it would have already shot up. So like there's this time frame delay. Like this is the opportunity people look for. They're like, hey, I think this thing is undervalued, so they look for it at this time. They hold for a while, and it's like here, and that's how you make a lot of money. Like there's the instant flips, but like a lot of like longer term investment. Like this is just short term. It's like, oh, like it feels comfortable, right? You buy 20, stay it goes down, stays at 20, stays for a whole month. Oh my god, they make the right decision. Should I sell? That's like, how long did that last for? Yeah, because this is like the dip. So honestly, like nostalgia, I'm not really good at singles, but nostalgia economics is pretty good at finding where the dips are, because like expands to a year. He was like, hey, I did predict some of this stuff because it was like 35 before, and now it's going back up. But yeah, there are these humps, and it seems like this is like the crash of it, and then like goes way back up. It's like there's a lot of like human predicting a lot of behaviors and the psychology about it, but like over here, I guess you'd be predicting, okay, no one really cares about this because there's all this hype and everything else. Like actually, this is around when Surgery Sparks was announced, and then so like when attention, this always happens though. Attention can only be focused so much in certain places, and so like you have to if you're aware of the attention, you're like, oh, everyone's putting money in somewhere else, and now these things are getting less attention, so they're lower price, so I can buy it, and that's kind of how the market works in general. So like I don't so whether or not like you think like long term value and all that stuff, it's like no, there's market shifts opportunities that happen. And then there's like bigger things of this, like the Pokemon market in general has like bull and bear markets on like a cyclic basis. So we're currently in a bull run, and so um it's like that like this is like just a small example. It's like oh, okay, so the bull run is like going up, and eventually there's gonna be a crash where like some confidence goes down. People are like, oh no, I need to sell, I need to sell, I need to sell. It goes down, and then like after like a year or two, like there's a way bigger gap. It'll go back up over here. Um, but anyway, so that's why Sword and Shield prices is going up right now so much. It's because there's not the downward pressure of MSRP for a lot of these products, especially as MSRP goes more and more away. Like booster boxes have been sold out for a while for a lot of them. But like with Fusion Strike officially selling out, and everyone just seeing Fusion like if you look at the graph of Fusion Strike, it's just like you know literally like a year ago, it was 143. You more than doubled your money if you just held this long. And like this graph doesn't even show everything. Like, look at this. This graph just shows up to 242, and the price is actually 400 because like the price increase has been so recent that like you see it just happened in 1 month. This all happened in 1 month. And even this doesn't show like the newer prices. So although like 400 is still kind of recent. Um, But yeah, so Sword and Shield is getting a lot more like I've put stuff into it because like okay, there's less opportunity here. Let's go to Sword and Shield because Sword and Shield um, is like it's very loved and people are like hey, like if I buy this, I appreciate some more money. And yeah, like even though the booster box of Fusion Strike costs more than the booster box of Scarlet Violet set, like you can't deny that like if you bought at 274, which seems really high, right? It's hard to buy. Then in 1 month you would have been up like $100. And then like proportionally, how many Scarlet Violet booster boxes is that? That's like three. So you bought three Scarlet Violet booster boxes. Would you be up $100? Actually, some of them you would, depending on what you bought. Um, and that's why it's sort of like you have to look at other things like, oh, is it gonna go even more? Is it gonna be reprints? Blah blah. So, um, as for I probably should this earlier. As for Sword and Shield products that are coming up to be available or coming up to be sold out again. Silver Tempest, Build Battle Stadium, Crown Zenith, the three pin things. There is the wait, that's not Talion. That's the it's the other one. There's another pin collection. It's less popular. So the Cinderace has sold out. Inteleon is at 760. That's gonna sell out pretty soon. At the rate it's going, and there's one more that's 1850. It's a 3 pack stuff, so it's $5 a pack. Silver Tempest is gonna sell pretty quickly because there's just the opportunity is like going away. Like Lost Origins gone, Fusion Strike is gone. Brilliant Stars, there's still a lot of this left. I'm not too worried about that. This only has so much. I'm surprised it's not. It's probably gonna be sold by today, or tomorrow. Vivid Voltage, still a lot of it. Battle Sauce, still a lot of it. Astral Radiance, there's a ton of it. um, oh yeah, so Crown Zenith, the Cinderace sold out. Um, and this had like 1,000 or a few hundred, like a few days ago, so it's like crazy. So since this has like less than 1,000, this will sell out, and then this will sell out. Um, and yeah, as far as pricing goes, like you're seeing a lot of like upward graphs like this for Sword and Shields. There's Fusion Strike, Lost Origins going up, um, Chilling Rain also going up because there hasn't been any supply for a while. It's also been hyped up. Silver Tempest also going up, and it's going to go up even more once the build and battle boxes go up. But you see, like over here, like people are more. Some people will be more comfortable buying Silver Tempest than Fusion Strike because the price is lower. Because everyone's kind of different in this market. Everyone has like different like ways of seeing opportunity. People have different information. And that's how the market's going to move. But in general, like the general trends that they're going to go up. And then as far as like your own analysis, like that's kind of has to be your specialty or your analysis or whatever. Some people, because there's a saying that like the best, like one of the best ways to invest your money is to invest in things that you know about, like you actually know about. So let's say um, you don't know which of these booster boxes is the best one by Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, um, Chilling Reign, Silver Tempest, but you know a lot about like Fusion Strike, and so since you know so much about it and you're so confident, you buy it, but you don't really know much about the other sets. Um, so you don't buy it, and that's kind of why you do it. And but like you kind of need like a reason to like for your investing decisions because you get things right and wrong all the time. But the more like you can make like more sort of rational decision based on okay like Alex from Nostalgics is like I hear a lot of people talk about Fusion Strike a lot. I see a lot of people try and flip it, but this sort of thing happens all the time where like when the price of Fusion Strike like doubled, people would try to offload their products, and then like the quantity goes less. Like right now the quantity is 74, and that is relatively low. And part of that is because it's not that there's not more than 74 boxes, but when other people like you, how do I say this? Is everyone rushing to buy? Is everyone rushing to sell? And now, right now, everyone's rushing to buy. So since everyone's rushing to buy, it's like okay. So to confirm my own sort of suspicions of future strikes can go up even more, um, it seems like the sellers are pulling their listings because that's what a lot of sellers do actually. Like, people don't really think about the sellers thing, but like if I have a listing for like over here or something, and I hear Fusion Strike news, I should take my listing down or increase the price a lot and see if anyone actually buys it because there's so much more money to be made because the demand is so much higher. Um, like that's why like some people I feel like they sell the pre-orders for like the latest like Scarlet Violet is too early because like you know it's gonna go up in like 10, 20, $50 in like near to purely. So like why would you sell it that low now? And it's a lot of it's just like guessing. It's like I don't know what the price is gonna be, so I'm scared that I'm not gonna be able to sell it. But right now people are not scared of being a sell. Like there's some people who are gonna take their profits, and there's some people who are like I can survive holding this long term, so I'm gonna hold it longer term. And longer term could be like a month later for them, where the price goes more up and like okay now I'm nearer to where I want to sell. Um, but yeah, I went over those boxes. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of there's like different levels. Like there's Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. Um, well, Evolving Skies is the own level, and a Fusion Strike, and then Lost Origin with Chilling Reign. They're the $300 boxes, and then the $200 boxes like Silver Tempest. Um, Brilliant Stars is still around 200, and Astral Radiance is like it's also going up. So these are like the mid tier of like sets, and people like to invest in mid tier sets sometimes because they think it's like no, it's cheaper or whatever. So there's the type of investor for that. Um, and I was just out of curiosity, I was just looking at the worst sets, even Vivid Vulture's going up, which is interesting. But you can still get a lot of it in Pokemon Center, so I'm not really as worried. Battle Styles is, this is the complete opposite. People don't like this. It's not a lot of demand. There's like over 20,000 boxes in Pokemon Center. Um, Darkness Ablaze, even that's going up because there's no more Pokemon Center. The ETP is finally sold out. Um, and Rebel Clash has been a little interesting. This graph is a little deceiving because there's just not a lot of sales. So like this is a $5 jump, even though it looks so big. Um, but yeah, from a year ago, like this is why people don't really like bad sets because a year ago, um, like this isn't even that big of a change actually. This is like a $15 change, and then the price went change. So while Future Strike doubled in a year, um, Rebel Clash just kind of stayed the same in a year in this bull market. um, and so like this is why like people look at stronger sets. This is why people feel safe for stronger sets because like Fusion Strike just kept going up. You see the other Sword and Shield boxes, it kept going up. This is like it's not really that big of a jump. There's not a lot of confidence, but I will say that the current quantity is only 23, and I don't really know if that's because people don't bother listing them, but it's like if you had the money, you could just buy out most of these and see what happens. So, and Sword and Shield base, um, it's going up too, I guess. There's 19. Um, this thing, I feel like this has more potential than Rebel Clash because there's a lot less out there. See, so this is kind of look in the future for you guys. So this is what people kind of see happen with every sort of era of sets. Like this happened in Sun and Moon, which is before this. But you just start seeing lower quantities of things, and then when the quantities get so low, even when the set's bad, the prices just will rise, and you're just like, because it's so easy to get like any Scarlet Violet booster box and the lower, because they're still available. But like once you get here, like it doesn't matter if something sucks. Like if you can't get it, then you kind of just accept the price if you want to buy it. Okay, and the last thing I want to look at was I made a video on this, but like, so like I've been talking about how people are like buying at Pokemon Center for their products, and I think that maybe Pokemon Center has gotten better at managing like the print runs of their extra products because like so people usually like certain products first. So there's booster boxes. Um, Actually, it's not. So there's like booster boxes. There's the PCTBs. There's build and battle. There's sleeve packs, and then there's booster bundles. Those are main products. And then typically you'll find that, especially rewards sets, and sometimes Pokemon print too much. Some of us will have a really hard time selling. Like I told you that there's still a bunch of Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance on Pokemon Center, and then there's still the booster boxes of the Vultures or Battle Styles. It's kind of like embarrassing a little bit, but it kind of made sense. There's a market thing, um, but it seems like no, they like what? How are they improving? Like this is sold out, and this was like I don't like it's all put back up. So like people thought this has been sold out for like a little less than a year, maybe like 10 months, 8 months. Um, but like yeah, it's usually hard to sell PCTBs. Like you can still get Astral Radiance PCTBs because they overprinted that stuff. Because there's a lot of hype and then it crashed. But yeah, this is like kind of abnormal. Like Scarlet Violet like was sold out even before like the price increase. Um, ETBs with the stamp promos, they did a really good job with that. Like almost all of them are sold out. Um, and then these are kind of still here, but this was kind of the first error. And then Paldea is completely sold out except for these repack blisters. I think these are sold out because Pokemon literally it's just dumb. They have a programming error because if you look under trading card game, there's no like Paldea thing, but if you if you edit the URL to be category and do Paldea evolves, um, they'll just show it as sold out. But like it's not properly showing the three pack blisters. You see over here, but like everything's sold out, but it's missing the three pack blisters. So it's just kind of silly. Um, like I don't think you really need to buy these right now, but if anyone's interested, like I guess I could look up stock numbers on this eventually. But yeah, but yeah. So Padeo's a popular set, but so City of Flames is surprising because like how is all this sold out? Like it's not even just that everything's sold out. It's like um the build and battles aren't really that popular. So that's why I feel like they adjusted print runs more appropriately, because like the build and battles are sort of the last things to go usually, and they also got rid of those mini portfolios, which are also having a hard time selling out. It's like they've been a little smarter with the print runs. I feel like Paradox, this is more normal. Like see build and battles are still there, and a three pack, because Paradox doesn't get as much love. Um, so temporals still has a lot of their stuff. Twilight has almost everything sold out because it's also hyped, except for the booster box. That's also really interesting too. Like, why is the build and battle? See, they got rid of build battle stadium. They only have the build battle box. I guess that helped. Because at some point they got rid of the build battle stadiums. Um, Stellar Crown also has a build battle. Like, yeah, see, they've gotten a lot better at getting rid of the build battle box. That's actually really, really good for them because people do like sleep packs and people do like booster. These are the more liked products. Um, and then Surging Sparks and Prismatic. So like, I think it's like just it's more telling of the more recent times. If Pokemon starts getting better at like moving these products, and there's also ripper ships and the high like ripping everything, like you're gonna see things sell on Pokemon that are higher, and then like these high MSRPs are gonna be more of a for booster boxes. They're gonna be like less of a ceiling in the future, even though the prices are higher, because the auxiliary products are hard to get. And anyway, I've had a bit rambling, but I want to make a more um I guess more meaningful video than I've been making recently. Like they've been more just like quick market updates and stuff. But like this is just like this is how I'm kind of seeing the market right now. Hope this helps. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks. Bye.